Hey everybody, this is Brian. I am making another Bible video. We're going through the book of John right now, and we're at chapter 14. Now, just to lead in, Jesus did say, "You know the way to the place I am going." And so that's where we stopped off. Christ is talking to his disciples about heaven and talking about how he is the way. And this is kind of his lead into that. So we're going to be looking at that right now in John 14 verses 5 through 14. And Christ says he's the way. And this is a place where I don't think the disciples have a full picture. In fact, we're going to see that they don't, thanks to the honesty of Thomas. People give Thomas and Peter a lot of flack, but I, I think I can understand Thomas's skepticism, and I could understand Peter's bolster. He was Peter's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in, I'm in, I'm in," and then when it all seems to be crumbling, Peter's like, "No, that wasn't me." So human wise, it may not these things might not have been right, the doubt and the denial, but they're human. I can definitely get that. I understand how they fell short of God. I understand how I fall short of God. But back to the way, Jesus, the way to the Father. He was just talking about heaven. He was just talking about uh, in heaven there is a mansion with many rooms, a house with many rooms, and it must have many rooms because there's been many, many Christians over thousands and thousands of years. Thousands and thousands doesn't like two thousands, but yes, literally thousands and thousands. Well, thousand and thousand. Yes, that's what it is. Okay, singular thousand. That's how many it was. But okay, let's get to the Bible here. Jesus, the way to the Father. Thomas said to him, "Lord, we don't know where you are going. So how can we know the way?" I like that honesty. I really do. And, I commend Thomas for it, really. It may sound funny to commend him for his doubt, but let's also think about how fortunate it was that he had Jesus Christ himself to turn his doubt around. Jesus answered, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you really know me, you will know my Father as well. From now on, you do not know from now on, you do know him and have seen him." Philip said, "Lord, show us the Father, and that will be enough for us." Okay, so that's another human response. It's like if you do just a little bit more, God, that's going to be enough. A little bit more. That's sadly, down the road, and I'm not accusing Philip of prosperity gospel, but down the road, this is what we have a lot of prosperity gospel people doing, where they kind of make God into a genie. You know, all powerful one, give me what I want. God's not a genie. Let's see how Jesus answers. "Don't you know me, Philip? Even after I have been among you for such a long time? Anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, 'Show us the Father'? Don't you believe that I am in the Father and the Father is in me? The word says, 'To you I do not speak on my own authority. Rather, it is the Father living in me who is doing his work.'" believe believe me when I say I am in the Father and the Father is in me. Or at least believe on the evidence of the works themselves. Very truly I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works that I have been doing. Very truly I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works that I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these, because I am going to the Father. And I will do. Now, to be clarified, I don't think that he's saying I've made miracles happen, now you're going to make miracles happen. That's you know that I think that was something very, very special for Jesus and a few others. But I don't think the majority of us are basically saying God will do this and candy falls from the air. I don't know. I don't know. It's if you probably have a much better miracle in mind. I just want candy right now. It's so yeah. Um, so so yeah. I don't think he means what we would mean by power and greater things. I think that he's admiring the work that he has done through Christians through the ages. The very, very positive impacts, not the not the negative political impacts, but the sincere uh, works that he has done through people through the ages that are good and beneficial and positive. I think those exist. We have a lot of history. I mean, we have people rebuilding literacy around the Bible and bringing the Bible into translations because of literacy. You know, to try to make the Bible a book that the common reader can read. There's a historical endeavor for that. Anyway, let's continue. Um, God has been working through Christians through the ages. Now, that's not to be confused with the negative politicism that has happened through the ages. The two are very, very different. I'm not talking about the Crusades. I'm not saying the Crusades are positive. Um, and I will do whatever you ask in my name, so that the Father may be glorified in the Son. You may ask me for anything in my name, and I will do it. Okay. Context. When we ask God for something, is our heart right? Or is our heart greedy? And that may be a little bit more tricky depending on your economic circumstances. There are rich people who don't know that they're rich. There are people who just look at the people that they hang around, and because they don't hang out with anybody from a different income bracket, they're going to say, "Oh, well, most of the people I know have about the same amount of money as I do," and that doesn't work with any sort of global and barely a local type of vision. Um, but this is a verse that people will try to misuse to try to make God into a genie. I mentioned God is not a genie, but when we say, "You may ask me for anything in my name, and I will do it." Again, God, give me candy. It's no, that's not what we do. We don't we don't ask God for the miracles with a wrong heart. We need to be praying for the needs that we are observing. And I think during this time of lockdown, we see a lot of needs. You know, we may see in some places where there are needs for education. We may see in other places where there's needs for comfort and encouragement. We may see a place where, yes, money might help that situation, but these are needs that 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 we can pray about. And if we can, through the variety of giftedness that we have, help supply those needs. And please understand that I included so many things besides money. Look, I mean, people can give time, people can give of themselves. People can teach. You teachers are awesome. God bless you, teachers, for all that you're giving to the people around you. Teachers, I'm including teaching pastors in that, Sunday school teachers, people who are paid to teach, people who teach for free. You are all amazing and giving so much. And that's not to say that people who can't give other things, people give service, people give care, people give wisdom, people give all sorts of things, when in the way that they give themselves. But when we think about the needs that we have, we need to be real, and we need to understand that often the followers of Christ were getting by with they were getting by, and I'm sure that they got a lot of donations. Probably when Jesus performed miracles, people were donating to their ministries. Judas was keeping his hand on the money bag, but however much was in that money bag, it later it seems like, even though he was taking more than his fair share, that wasn't going to be enough. "13 and 14 again in chapter 14. And I will do whatever you ask in my name, so the Father may be glorified in the Son. And you may ask for anything in my name, and I will do it." So, pray for your family. Pray for the needs of your family, the friends. I mean, you could pray for things that you like. I mean, why not? But when we pray, let's ask ourselves, let's ask God to consider those around us. Let's ask God to help us consider those around us and see things with a clear vision. Not praying with, "God, this is what I want you to do," but praying with, "God, how do you want me to pray? How are you shaping my vision, God? Are you shaping my vision towards me? Or are we thinking about our loved ones? Are we thinking about the people that we come into contact with every day? Are we thinking about them, or are we only thinking about us? And we have needs. Some of us may be sick right now, and we want God to deliver healing or comfort during our sickness, Lord. We want the Lord to, and the Lord is able to meet us where we're at whether we are sick or healthy. The Lord can meet us in those areas. But don't get this wrong, and don't start to make Jesus into your genie. There is nothing that is beyond God. And there's nothing that he can't accomplish. But that doesn't mean that he isn't accomplishing things in us, you know, even though we are frail and we are mortal and we are um we are limited. We are limited where he's not. But yeah, let's not demean God into something that we control, making ourselves God over God. All right, well, there's that ends the show. If you need a Bible, I have some links to the Bible below, probably in the first comment or in the show notes. You can check that out. You um, you can get a digital Bible uh, for Kindle. You could, if you're in America, I have some Amazon links for Bibles, and if you you are probably watching this on some device or your computer, you can go to BibleGateway.com and see a lot of Bibles there. So please look at one of these things down here and see what's right for you. I'll be making another Bible video tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.